All right! Are you okay?
Yes, but we'd better get her to a doctor immediately.
Well, if it isn't Mirage.
Mirage?
Cliff. Eyes. We need to get her to a doctor, quick.
Is it that bad?
I'm afraid so.
Flowers? Amina!
What?
What is she doing here?
How should I know? We gotta get her help!
Take her to the inn, and I'll go summon the doctor.
Please, hurry!
She's stable at the moment, but her condition is still serious. For now, just make sure she gets plenty of rest.
Damn! Why'd she have to go and pull a thing?
Hey, keep it cool. You'll wake her up.
But...
I said relax. Do you think you beating up the walls will somehow help her get better?
The disease is in her lungs. If the Eagle were operational, I think we could heal her.
Are you sure, Mirage?
It may be a small ship, but its medical facilities are better.
Unfortunately, the impact destroyed most of the equipment, and the Eagle's been heavily guarded ever since you two... The door's locked, so the soul... But unless we deal with them, neither can we.
That's the thing, is if we started raising a ruckus in the middle of their royal city, you could bet the Dragon Brigade will be on us, and I don't think that Owlbell guy will take too kindly to us either.
But Amina, she's...
I know, but what...
I'm sorry. We're running out of time ourselves. Her Majesty has summoned both of you.
Is something wrong?
You'll hear all the details inside the castle. It looks like Eriglyph's invasion has begun. Their troops are already approaching Arius. Not only that, we have information that indicates this time all three of
Oh, man.
I think they are going to try and wipe us out before we can Duke Vox is commanding them.
So they're trying to end it all in a single blow.
It looks like that. At any rate, Dion will head to Arius with every completed weapon at our disposal. I don't know how much he'll be able to accomplish.
Dion?
Amina, you have to stay in bed. Don't worry about that. Why did you push yourself so...
Because an old man I know told me I could find him here.
He's here?
Yes. The man said he works...
You did say that your friend is an engineer, but are you really sure he's in the lab?
I don't know, but when I heard...
And so you came all this way by your...
The Royal Research Facility.
There's only one research lab in Aquios.
Really? If that's the case, Amina, what's your friend...
His name?
What?
Do you know him? I'm going to see him.
No, wait. You're sick.
But...
Amina, you can't move in the state you're in. I'll bring Dion here to see you.
Faith.
Amina, listen to me. I don't want you running around and collapsing again.
Okay.
Mirage, can you please stay by her?
Yes.
Dion is still in the research lab?
Yes, he is. He's still preparing the runological weapons they're going.
I'll be right back.
Right. I want you to take the completed runological weapons to... Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Dion!
We received the copper. Thank you very much.
Dion, it's...
I've heard about what Eriglyph... It's unfortunate that we won't have time to use the copper that you... But there's no time. I have to take all of the usable runological
No! Who...
Huh? What do you...
Dion, do you remember...
Amina? Did someone tell you... how...
So you do know her?
Amina was the name of a childhood friend of... I haven't seen her in years. My, that brings back the memories.
So it is you. Come with me a minute.
Wait a second, what's going... I can't leave my work now. How do you know about her anyway?
Your childhood friend Amina is here in Aquios. She came to see you.
What? No. She lost her folks in the war. How could... She can't...
I'm telling the truth. Please. I know you're really busy.
Okay.
She's at the inn. Will you...
Of course I will. I've missed her.
Let's go. This is the room.
What is it?
I have to tell you something.
What?
She's suffering from a sick... That's why she couldn't go see you.
What? She was never the most energetic girl.
You are her only strength now. The thought of seeing you again is all that keep... I don't know if it's my place to say this, but...
I understand. Amina!
Dion?
That's right, Amina. It's me. It's Dion. Oh, you look so thin.
I'm so happy. Dion, my Dion.
all right.
All right, give me the dirt. Where do...
I'll be honest with you. It's pretty bad. The enemy forces have already swept past Curlsaw, and they have established a front by the national border close to Arius. I also have reports that indicate that this is the largest force they've ever
That's not good. The enemy's serious. Vox is spearheading the attack, and all 3 Aeroglyph brigades are...
Yes, but apparently Albel the Wicked is not part.
Is that so?
The reports indicate as much. There is a possibility that the events at the Becquerel mines...
Ah, makes sense. Well, whatever. We'll take on...
I'm sorry. I didn't bring you two all this way
Don't worry. Being here was all...
I appreciate you saying that. And I know our leadership is counting on you, whether they come out and say it or... Have no doubt.
Well, it's not like I could just let things go their merry way now. In for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You weren't listening, were you? What's on your mind?
It's just... watching Dion and Amina, I couldn't help but remember. I wonder what she's doing right now. And then there's my dad.
It's not really my place to say that. I'm truly sorry. I know you want to go help your father.
Don't worry about that. It's not like I have a way to get to him. It was just bothering.
I said this before, but worrying won't help. You have to focus. Do what you can.
You're right. All I can do is help this country. And figure out how we're going to survive this.
That's right.
So, what do you want? I can fight if you want me to.
Ah, yes. What do you want her to do? She's a great fighter, like I told you before.
I think I'd like her to stay with Amina.
I guess you're right. No sense getting her involved now. Mirage, you okay with that?
Fine.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Are you ready?
Yes. I'm looking forward to having time to chat with Amina once the war's done.
That's right. Another good reason to...
Yes, we'll win this one. I promised Amina we would.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Dion, hurry up and finish your preparations. We'll go on ahead to Arius.
Okay. from behind?
Let's flip.
Ah, Lady Nell! Commander Claire and the...
Nell Zelfer reporting.
Sit down. Although the enemy has superiority in numbers, we can fight them from a distance with runological weapons. If we fought them head-on, we'd be playing right into Eriglyph's hands. We must maintain our distance and avoid close. The operation begins at the break of dawn tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dismiss. Nell, I have a separate... I want you to break through enemy lines and destroy Eriglyph's command center.
Vox?
That's right. Fate? Cliff?
Of course. That's what.
Sure.
I never meant for you to become so involved in this.
We have to involve them. They're a bigger asset in combat than anyone else in my outfit.
Please don't worry about it. I have my own reasons for wanting to fight. I want...
Right.
Okay, thank you. Fate? Cliff? Please assist.
Yes.
All right.
There's still some time. Please make preparation. It's all up to...
Leave it to me.
I'm counting on you. Are the preparations complete? If we do not defend this position, they'll take the royal city in one fell swoop. We must stop them here. Let's do it. All units,
That was easy. Looks like an even match. Blade of Fury! Blade of Fury! That was easy. real fight!
Let's take it.
Ta! Ta! Blade!
I'm gonna pulverize you!
Ta! Ta! Ta!
This is gonna hurt!
Psychic!
Spear of might!
Psychic! Blade of Fury! Ta! 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 Blade of Fury! That was easy! An attack from behind? Ta! Ta! Psychic! Hammer of fight!
Healing!
Spear of might!
Psychic! Psychic! Ta! Blade of Fury!
Spear of might!
Psychic!
Spear of might!
Psychic!
Shockwave!
What goes around comes around.
So, you're the ones I've been hearing about. The ones who defeated Albel.
So what if we are?
Fox.
You've got a lot of guts, but we'll bury you just the same. Leave these scum to me, men!
Let's go! Be careful!
Ice Beetle!
Ta! Ta! Blade of Fury!
Tempest Rise!
Ta!
Ice Beetle!
Spear of might!
Ta!
Ice Beetle!
Blade of Fury!
Shockwave!
Tempest Rise!
Ice Beetle!
I give you
Get
annihilation!
some help.
Spear of might!
Blade of Fury!
Spear of
I
might!
give you annihilation! I shall give you a taste of death, terror! I give you annihilation!
Healing!
I give you annihilation! I give you annihilation!
Spear of might!
Blade of fury!
Needle! Shadow Wave!
Spear of
I
might!
give you annihilation! I give you annihilation!
Spear of might!
I get some help?
Healing!
I give you
Healing!
Spear of might!
I shall give you a taste of death!
Spear of might! Okay, that's over with.
I feel stronger already.
And that's how you do it.
You put up a nice fight, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
What's that?
What is that?
Dragon Brigade?
It's them.
What is that?
No, that's the
Vendini?
What are they doing all the way out here? Are they planning on conquering this world?
Hey, we better get out of here. I know what they're after.
What do you mean?
Actually,
Kansas, wait. We need to get back to headquarters. Staying...
What is that?
Dion, sir, the weapon is loaded.
Great. Wait until you hear the word.
Yes, sir.
I'll come home alive, I promise. Wait for me.
Dion, sir.
Yes, fire! Begin the attack!
What? An attack from behind?
okay, bad situation.
Hammer of might! Psychic! Psychic!
This is gonna hurt!
All right! Dion! Retreat! Retreat!
Leave the runological weapons where they are! Save your own lives!
Dion, sir!
No! Stop! Stop! Please!
Yo, snap out of it! Run, you'll be captured!
What are you talking about? Wait, they're not after me, are they? Was that why they attacked Haida? Was that my fault?
Calm down, Fate. I can
No,
explain.
I see now. It is all because of me. Everything. That's why Haida was attacked. That's why the Hellera was attacked. And now Elikor too. It's all my fault.
I said calm down. Listen to me.
What do they want me for? Why do they want me enough to kill so many innocent people? Who the hell am I?
Lady Nell,
How is Dion doing?
not well.
I see. Oh, you're awake. What a relief. I thought you might not ever wake up again.
Where am I?
Castle Aquaria. We're back. It looks like the Eriglyph soldiers went back home too. Now's not the time for war.
And the Vendini?
Don't worry about them. How are you feeling?
I'm all... Ow. And Dion? Is Dion okay?
He's been seriously injured. He's still breathing, but it doesn't look good.
Oh no. I promised Amina I'd make sure he got home safely.
Wait, you should stay in bed.
She's right. You're not in such great shape yourself, you know.
I'm more worried about Dion right now. Where is he?
He's in a private room across from the fabrication room.
Dion!
I'm sorry, but you'll have to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry. How is he, Doctor?
Well, he's stable. Whatever attacked him, it injured him so greatly that healing is almost impossible. We don't have the tools to help him.
No. Dion, hang in there. I'm bringing Amina to see you.
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
Mirage, how is Amina?
Her condition is not good. She really strained herself coming all this way.
Yeah.
Is something wrong?
Yes? Amina?
Fate, if you're here, that must mean the war is over. That's good news.
Don't overexert yourself.
Amina, it's Dion.
What?
Come with me. Dion's here, in the castle.
That's impossible. The doctor ordered us. It's too dangerous.
Please, it's important.
All right.
Thank you.
Dion.
Me. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep... Lady Nell, please, that box.
This?
I promised to end this war so I could see you.
I know. Please.
I couldn't end the war, but I saw...
Dion, that was my wish too.
I'm glad I saw you again.
Me too.
Me.
No, this can't be happening. Dion! Doctor! No! After all this time! You had your whole lives ahead of you! Amina, I failed you. This is all my fault! Amina? Amina! No. No! It's all my fault. This never would have happened if I hadn't come here.
No, it's not your fault, Fate.
Isn't it, though? The Venditti came here for me! Who am I? Why do the Vendini want me so badly? Look! I know you know something!
I have no idea what you're talking about. But those things...
All right, you guys are part of this now anyway. Those guys, the Vendini, they...
We've got trouble! Another one of those weapons has a...
What?
Damn!
Is this too an arrow of Atlas?
Your Majesty, why are you still here? Please, you've got to get to a safe place right away.
Lately, it seems that hiding does not help. Is anywhere truly safe now? You know what that thing is, do you not? Is it a weapon from Britain?
No, it's not.
Then what is it? What is a Vendini?
The Vendini are after me. If they catch me, they'll leave. I'll explain, Your Majesty.
Hey, come here a second. Damn! What now?
I'll give myself up. Then they'll leave.
Fate, no.
That's enough of that. You say that again and I swear I'll smack you one.
Cliff, calm down. Anger won't solve anything. But he's right, Fate.
Then what should we do? This country's military doesn't stand a chance against the Vendini ships. Hey, but you chased away the Vendini ship before. Why not do it again?
Huh? But...
It's as I thought.
You don't remember a thing, do you?
What are you talking about?
Wait! Another one's coming!
Cliff!
Yup, it's them. Finally.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey, took you long enough.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, hey, is it even safe to transport to a place like this?
I scanned the situation before coming in, so I had a good idea what to expect. At least now that this planet's part of this mess, we don't have to hide anything anymore.
True enough, but I bet you that Mr. Super Square Champion of the UP3 would disagree with you.
Ha ha! Very funny. Who's that girl?
Yeah, sorry. I'm slacking in my introduction. This here's the leader of Quark, Maria.
What?
I'm Maria Trador, but please call me Maria.
Nice.
I know who you are. Fate Line God, the only son of the Universal Authority on Symbological Genetics, Professor Robert Line God. Born on Earth, currently 19 years of age. Favorite sport, basketball. Position, point guard. Your favorite food is...
Hang on just a second. How do you know so much about me?
I did some research.
Is somebody going to explain this? What's going on? So I take it you're not all from Breton after all. Come on, answer me.
That is enough, Lady Nell.
But your Majesty!
I said that is enough.
Yes, your Majesty.
I know not who you are, but it is certain that you are one of their acquaintances. I would hear an explanation of you now, one that makes sense to my ears.
Please forgive my rudeness, Your Majesty. But would it be all right if we talked among ourselves first? We have a lot of I will explain all of the details and how the facts are connected afterwards. That I promise.
So be it. Show them to the conference room.
Yes, your Majesty.
Miss Trador?
Please, just Maria's fine. If I may call you Fate.
Oh, all right then. Maria, please tell me what happened. Why did the Vendini capture my dad? What is it about me that they're so interested in?
Relax. There's no need to rush things. But first, his powers manifested, didn't they?
They did, just once. He was stronger than expected. Particularly, his destructive capabilities are far beyond yours.
And his memory?
Nah, the whole thing was completely wiped from his mind.
I see.
What in the world are you guys talking about?
Just a moment. First, I have some new information. It's not exactly good news. You know that your father, Professor Leingod, was captured by the Vendini, right?
Yes.
We have learned, after investigating the situation, that your friend Sophia was captured as well.
What?
They grabbed her after the two of you escaped from the Helera.
They got Sophia? No! But what do the Vendini want with them?
You really have no idea, do you?
So tell me what's going on.
Fine. Your father took it upon himself to carry out forbidden research.
Forbidden research?
That's right. He researched and designed a genetically modified living weapon, forbidden by the laws of the Pan-Galactic Federation.
My father? I can't believe it.
Of course he didn't talk about it. Other than those involved, only the top levels of the Federation government knew.
Then how come you know about it?
I was one of his guinea pigs.
What?
I'll never forgive them.
My dad? I can't believe this. Living weapons? You? You just look like an ordinary girl.
Exactly. Watch this.
What? What was that?
This is the power I received from the symbological genetic modifications that I possess the ability to manipulate the structure of matter. So, still think I'm an ordinary girl?
But why would my father do such a thing?
And not just to me.
What?
I wasn't the only one they modified. Another came before me. I was the second subject.
What are you saying?
The first subject was you.
Me? The first subject? What are you talking about? My dad would never do something like that to me.
I can understand if you don't believe me. Your power hasn't fully... But if I'm not telling the truth, can you explain one thing for me? Who knocked that Vendini battleship out of the sky? Why are the Vendini so relentless in going after you, and everyone else related to the Line Gods? Everyone who was there knows the answers to these questions. Everyone but you, that is.
Well...
I know you don't want to admit it, but there's only one truth. I'm going to steal the Professor and everyone else back from the Vendini and ask him But to do this, I need your help, Fate. I can't do it alone.
Me? A weapon? She's gotta be crazy.
I wouldn't expect you to object to saving your father and Sophia. I know how important they are to you.
Of course I want to rescue them. They mean everything to me. All right, I'll help you.
All right, now that we're decided...
Nell!
It doesn't matter if she heard us.
So how are we getting off this rock?
I made arrangements. I came in a small ship to avoid the Vendini. The Diplo will be arriving later. Everything else is up to Marietta's skills.
Your preparations are thorough as always.
Yes, well, we still have a lot of problems to...
That's right. Even if your ship can make it, how do we know the Vendini won't interfere?
Right. Entering orbit, transporting, and warping out will take a total of 5 minutes.
Even our flagship will have trouble withstanding 5 minutes of concentrated fire from the Vendini.
Exactly. The ideal solution would be to create some diversion from the ground as well. But with the technology available on this planet, that would be difficult. Still, we must think...
If only Fate could control his power.
Even I can't completely control my power. Either way, we need a sure thing if we're going to pull this off. Mirage, what's the strongest and most effective weapon on this planet? I'm not saying we need to use it to break through the Vendini shield. All we'd need to do is buy some time while they reevaluate our military capability.
Our best option is Aquaria's runological...
Hey, what about Dion's weapon?
You mean the Thunder Arrow?
That's the one.
I don't know how much damage it could do to the Vendini battleship, but as far as I know, it's the most powerful weapon on this planet.
All right. Then let's start making preparations immediately.
The thing is, it's still under development. It's not, and I doubt its range is long enough to reach the Vendini ship. In any case, the weapon belongs to Aquaria. We can't...
The Vendini. You mean the ones from before?
That's right.
They're coming back?
There's no doubt of that.
And you need our Thunder Arrow to fight them.
That's about the size of it.
All right. I'll talk to the Queen about it.
Huh? Are you sure?
Honestly, I don't really understand. One thing I do know. If that celestial ship comes back again, it will cause another catastrophe. And I believe that the two of you are worthy of my trust.
Thank you.
Regardless, we did promise the Queen that we'd explain the situation to her.
I don't think she'll be as easy to convince.
Your Majesty, they said they would explain the situation.
Very well.
You say you're from another world. You ask us to believe this. Nonsense. Stop wasting Her Majesty's time.
Silence, Lascelles.
Your Majesty.
I understand your surprise. But what we speak is the truth.
This is quite sudden, not to mention quite difficult to believe. However, recent events in our country leave me with no choice but to believe.
Your Majesty, these people can be trusted. I believe they are telling the truth.
And you say this new enemy will return again? Why would that be?
I think that I am their objective.
So, you are the cause of this entire affair?
I don't want to believe it myself, but yes.
Then all we have to do is hand you over to them. Then they will go home, no?
Lascelles, you are to...
Your Majesty.
Can we fight these Vendini with our thunder arrow?
I can't be sure, but I believe so. The thunder arrow would divert the Vendini long enough for us to leave the planet and fix this situation.
For the sake of our country, it might indeed be best to simply hand you over to them. However, you are our guest. It would not be proper for us to abandon you now.
Your Majesty, you mean...
Yes. We shall let you use the...
Your Majesty, thank you very much.
We are grateful, Your Majesty.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do about the range problem? It's not much good to us if we can't reach them.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a problem!
Watch your tone. You are in the presence of Her Majesty.
Someone has infiltrated Kadan.
What?
Who?
It was one of those celestial ships, Your Majesty. They landed right next... We believe they're headed for the Sacred Orb.
The Sacred Orb?
They wear a strange kind of armor and are equipped with weapons that emit glowing beams of light. The runologists have them stopped for the moment, but they can't do anything against those weapons. At this rate, they'll be at the Sacred Orb in no time.
Glowing weapons. Those would be disruptor rifles. They must be remnants of the Vendini fleet.
If that's the case, why are they going after the orb?
What's Kadan and what's this Sacred Orb?
Kadan is the holy land of our church. It's where the Sacred Orb is enshrined, a mysterious sphere that emits the purest light. Holy water flows freely from it. It is said that in the hands of Aquaria's ruler, the orb is capable of all kinds of miracles. The waters of this lake which surround Aquios are also of the Sacred Orb.
Your Majesty, which way is
to the east of Aquios?
I see. Interesting.
What in the world?
What is it?
I'm picking up an energy reading in the location you described that is too technologically advanced for this planet. It's even beyond our ability to identify.
What?
It may be a so-called out-of-place artifact, or OPA. I bet the Vendini detected this sacred orb while they were searching.
So you think they're after the Sacred Orb?
It's the most likely explanation. If you look back at history, anyone who got their hands on OPAs acquired incredible power. It would pretty much go without saying they'd want it.
That's terrible. We can't let them steal our... Your Majesty, we must send soldiers immediately.
Yes. Take your unit and make for Kadan at once.
Your Majesty.
Please, wait a moment, Your Majesty.
We are sorry, but we must attend to your business. Responding to these thieves at Kadan must take precedence.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Aquaria's military could stand up to them with their current equipment.
We are aware of this, but we cannot...
Look, I'll go to Kadan.
What are you thinking?
It's my fault the Vendini ever came here in the first place. I have to accept responsibility somehow.
Hey, wait a second. You mean we, right? You planning on going there alone?
He's right. Going alone would be suicidal. If you die, then I've come here for nothing. I'm going too.
Thank you.
Very well.
Your Majesty, I'll go with them as well.
Yes, please do. As the situation is grave, we give you permission to use the sealed cavern. Show them the way.
The sealed cavern?
Yes, it is a place in which only members of the royal family are allowed. But I'm making an exception. Do not fail us.
Your Majesty.
Go!
Looks like an even match. Retreat!
Ice Beetle!
Insane. We should ban.
Let's get out of here for now.
Where's Welch? Huh? In the restroom? She's been in there an awfully long time. What the?
Sorry about that. Okay, now for the report. Ahem. Hey there, how's new product development going? Is there a rival that concerns you? A new challenger has stepped up to the fierce product development front. Better keep an eye on them. A new product.
Take him on!
Spear of might!
Lightning flash! Shockwave!
Healing!
Spear of might!
Healing! Blade of Fury!
Spear of might!
Blade of Fury! Blade, now you're gonna get it!
Spear of might! Spear of might!
We're on a roll!
Let's get out of here for now.
Not good! Retreat! You're like that!
I get some can't be helped.
Looks like an even match.
Let's get out of here for
Say
now.
it, but we should bail. Here I go!
Let's take
You're like thunder flare!
Hammer of fight! Hammer of fight! Spear of fight!
Blades of Fury! Nice! Blade of Fury!
Too late for regrets.
Here we go, guys. Get a move on.
I'll go easy. Spear of might! Spear of might! Hammer of fight!
Blade of Fury!
This is gonna hurt!
Blade of Fury!
Spear of might!
Blade of Fury! That was easy. Retreat!
You're like...
Let's get out of here for now.
Real fight!
Let's take it.
This is gonna hurt!
Sidekick!
I'm gonna pulverize you!
Sidekick!
Hammer of fight! I'm gonna Hammer of fight! 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 Quit it! Hammer of fight!
I'm hurt bad.
Hammer of fight!
Healing!
Hammer of fight! Spear of fight!
I'm hurt bad. Healing!
Spear of might!
Nice! Play!
Spear of might! Spear of might!
That was easy.
Oh yeah! Give me a break!
I don't like this one bit.
That's all you got! Play!
Blessing! You like that?
How it ends?
Hee-haw!
Spear of might!
How do you like that?
Hammer of might! Hammer of might!
Blade of Fury! Good. Now let's get going. real fight!
Looks like a good fight. Can't be helped.
Retreat!
Let's get out of here.
Retreat!
Say it. Wait, I'll go easy on you.
Let's get out of here for now.
Be careful!
Let's get it on. Yeah.
Ice Needle!
Yeah. Hammer and fight. Yeah.
Ice Needles!
Spear of might.
Ice Needles!
Ice!
Yeah.
Flame!
Ice Needles!
That was easy. Retreat!
Let's split.
Real fight!
Hate to say it. Let's take them on.
Here we go. Get a move
Retreat!
Let's take them on.
Let's get out of here for now.
Let's split.
Here we go, guys. Get a move
Wait,
on.
I'll go easy.
Spear of Might! Blade of Fury!
Spear of Might!
Ice Needles!
Blade of Fury!
Ice Needles!
Spear of Might! Spear of Might!
Shadow Wave!
Spear of Might!
Ice Needles! Shadow Wave!
Spear of Might!
Ice
Spear of
Blade!
Ice Needles!
What goes around comes around. Here we go, guys. Get a move
Bring
on.
it on! Blade!
Spear of Might!
Shockwave! Ice
Spear
Needles!
of Might!
Ice Needles!
This is gonna
dirty trick!
Not good! Ice! Blade! Blade of Fury!
Shadow Wave! Shadow Wave!
Hammer of Might! Spear of Might!
Shadow Wave!
Too late for regrets.
I feel stronger already. Be careful! Ice! Flame!
Spear of the... Spear of might! Spear of might!
Blade of Fury!
Spear of might!
You'll pay for that! Healing!
Healing! Shadow Wave!
Sidekick!
Shockwave!
This is gonna hurt! Spear of might!
Shadow Wave!
Spear of might! Spear of might!
Shadow Wave!
Is this how it ends?
This is gonna hurt!
Healing! You won't get away with it! Healing!
Spear of might!
Oh no!
What you've done.
Healing!
Shadow Wave! Shadow Wave!
Spear of might!
Shadow Wave!
Healing!
Spear of might!
Ice! Flame!
Shadow Wave!
Spear of...
Healing!
Spear of might!
Sidekick! Sidekick!
Shockwave! Shadow Wave!
Spear of might!
Healing!
Spear of might!
Sidekick!
Spear of might! Spear of
Healing!
Spear of might!
Healing!
Spear of might!
Healing!
That's what I call a good fight.